Hi, I'm Ginger Conlon, Editorial Director of One-to-One Media, and I'm here at the Gartner Customer 360 Conference talking to industry executives on hot topics happening right now. The question I'm asking today is this: what is the number one thing you should always do when you're engaging customers on social media? And with that, what is the thing that you should never do when engaging customers on social media? Here's what these executives had to say.
So this is Ashu Roy, CEO of eGain. So one thing that customers must worry about when they're looking to use social media for engaging with their clients is that the social media model should not become yet another silo. And we find a lot of businesses that have jumped into the social arena only to find themselves now struggling with yet another silo, which is not connected with a contact center or the web strategy. And that, we feel, is a must that they should avoid. It's not come up with a tactical, siloed social response and monitoring solution. The one thing that we think they must do, and that is equally important, is to be able to do something meaningful with the data that they collect and observe. We see a bunch of businesses that have gotten into monitoring what's going on in social media, and they find out that customers are happy with them or not happy with them. And it's a very aggregated notion of social brand, which is relevant, but quite ineffective if you don't know what to do with it. And so by, again, linking that social media management and response into a platform where they can then do something about it. In other words, if they find some social mention that is not positive, they can detect the sentiment, they can route that request through the same set of business process that they use today for their multi-channel customer response management systems, get it to the right expert, whether it's within the contact center or outside, a marketeer or a legal person, and respond through these channels back again. And that closed loop is something that we think that customers must work on.
Hi, I'm Nick Halsey, Chief Marketing Officer from Sugar CRM. The biggest mistake companies make when they are adopting social CRM is they adopt the social, they forget about the CRM. You can't just start using Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn to interact with your customers unless you have a CRM system where you can capture those interactions, track them, do analysis of them, and understand what interaction you're having with your customers. If you combine the use of social media with a proactive customer relationship management policy, then you'll have a complete social CRM solution.
Hi, I'm Josh March, CEO of Conversocial. So the one thing that companies should do when they're trying to engage with their customers in social, and the one thing they shouldn't do, largely the same thing, which is to really provide effective social customer service through things like Facebook and Twitter. Companies have to plug in their real customer service agents to respond. They need to actually resolve issues as they come up. The one thing they shouldn't do, which a lot of companies do right now, is they'll get complaints and either they ignore them or they'll have like a community manager respond without actually resolving the issue, saying, sorry, you've had a problem, try and contact customer service, which actually really upsets customers even more. So they're very, very linked, but the best practice that companies need to do is enable their customer service agents to respond directly.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Moran. I work in product marketing at SAS Institute, and today I want to talk about social media a little bit. One thing that I think companies should always do when engaging customers in social media is set a strategy, right? A lot of companies work on what's called a maturity model, where they start with basic listening and monitoring and want to work eventually towards the idea of setting social strategy and planning metrics. This includes things like social scorecards, where at the beginning of the year, somebody like a chief social media officer might set a strategy, metrics, and a plan for a calendar year and then work towards that. So as your company grows, start with basic listening and monitoring, move to attributed listening, start looking at history and how you can predict based on history, and then eventually get to social strategy and forecasting to set a forecast and a plan that you want to meet inside of your social media initiatives.
Ann Patton, Director of Communications for Verint Systems. The one thing that companies should always do when using social media for customer engagement is to monitor those channels. So if you're going to put the channels out there, you need to make sure that you're monitoring them, you're spending time analyzing what your customers are telling you, and then you're actually taking action on them. and not just for customer support, but really sharing that information throughout the business. You can be hearing about product enhancements that you could be adding in the future. You could be hearing about certainly support issues, and you could be hearing about feedback on your marketing campaigns and those from competitors. The one thing I would say you should never do is put the channels out there and then not actively stay engaged with them. So if you're not interacting with your customers on a regular basis, sharing information on a regular basis, they may not be coming to those channels on a regular basis. So those are the top things to and to not do.